Hello everyone, today we're gonna start our video small introduction.
We're delighted to announce the first blinded independent results for our new Capture-Seq technology. As a reminder, this is a revolutionary technology that uses a completely different method for detecting cancer than normal methods, all of which simply involve sequencing the DNA that's involved in plasma. What we do is to separate out and purify the tumor-derived DNA. And what we were hoping was that by purifying tumor-derived DNA and getting rid of all of the background, we would get more sensitive detection of cancer, particularly in the early stage 1 and stage 2 patients where it really matters. And I'm delighted to say that in our first results, our best hopes have been borne out. We tested 81 samples in total. 22 of those were from healthy persons, but the remainders were from cancer patients. These were colorectal and lung cancer patients. And we tested 18 stage 1 cancer patients, and we got a positive result for 17 of them. Similarly, we got a positive result for 26 of 27 stage 2 cancers. So we're talking about here 94% rate of detection of stage 1 and 96% detection of patients with stage 2 cancer. And for the 22 healthy samples that we tested, 21 of those were negative. So that gave us a specificity slightly above 95%. To put that in context, it's better, for example, than the fecal immunochemical testing currently used for colorectal cancer worldwide. It's patented with multiple applications protecting it. And those results are phenomenal compared to any other results that I've seen for liquid biopsy for early detection of stage 1 and 2 cancers.
So you got it. We are talking about Volition, and let's look at this interesting slide presented in the video. If you look at this, stage 1, 94%, stage 2, 96%, stage 3, 100. That's amazing result. I know the volume is pretty low, but for current standard of procedures for different cancer, you literally have 80 to 90%. Even some of the cancer has 70%. So the technology they have is very intriguing, and it's much more convenient than any other technology that exists now. I know I have discussed another technology, cited lung, for lung cancer only, but this one is not limited to one cancer. Covers lung cancer, colorectal cancer, healthy individuals. So it can literally distinguish based on your blood report. And how they do that, they already covered it, that they take the liquid biopsy, they extract the DNA of the cancer cells, and that flags you whether you have any form of cancer or not. That's huge. They have the multiple patents application, and these guys are not new. They are in the business for almost 10 years, and it's full of researcher in there. I know they have been struggling pretty long time in building this application to bringing it to commercialization. So now let's look at what their core product is. In the video, we did look at nucleus platform that's categorized into your 4 parts. We have the capture sequence that was demonstrated in your video. And as of today, the TAM for that is 23 billion. And you can go like 10% up and down, 20% up and down. That's still. They have the dog and cat cancer screening in 20 plus countries. This is already in production. It's a commercial scale is available here, but it's still very nascent. Nuclear Q cancers, human liquid biopsy, lung cancer in France. So they already have the study going. And this probably they will have the licensing done somewhere in 2020. New Q nets. So this is sepsis and netosis detection, CE mark. One interesting thing is that this is a European Union focus, so this will have a lot more trust. Although the valuation you may not get as much as you get it for US. Let's look at their TAM for these. TAM opportunity is huge. Literally, even if they get like 1% of this company is 100. So the biggest part is their multi-cancer early detection and minimal residual disease, 36 billion. This is where their TAM lies. Although they have the commercialization in the vet oncology. So this is already picking up. We should start seeing in their earnings how things are changing in this, and we should eagerly check for the news in this. Obviously, as I said, the reality check is that the current revenue is only 1.2 million, and that's growing, but the potential is huge. And as you know, in our channel, we do focus a lot on small cap companies that has a huge TAM, and they are almost on the verge of commercialization or the early stage of commercialization. So now let's look at what is their moat. So IP portfolio, they are the only ones who is doing this kind of work. Licensing model, actively talking to the 10 global diagnostic leaders. Goal is that you sell it to those diagnostic leaders and then earn royalty and the milestone, because these testing which they are doing is not limited to the cancer but also can go to the rare disease, autoimmune disease, and so on. So as they kick in more milestones in their testing capabilities, they will have partners providing you the money for your commercialization. Platform versatility, some core assay technologies detects cancer, sepsis, and rare diseases. One platform, many market capital. Data mode, 15 years of clinical validation data across multiple disease areas. New variants to rebuild this. So the moat is huge. I don't see anyone coming in close to Volition. The TAM is great. Now let's look at what is we are expecting from their earnings. We will be going live on Wednesday, 1st of April for their earnings. So quick highlight was that we are expecting almost 0.71 million in Q4. This still will be 65% up from last year. But again, like 1 million revenue. If this number goes above 0.8, this stock will get doubled. So they are currently having a market cap of 27 million. And if they hit this 1.8 million and in next quarter, quarter 1.2 million and so on. So they will close 2026 by almost 4 to 5 million. That's give them the valuation of 50 million to 60 million easily. So these all key things that we will be watching in their earning. Another things that we need to look for is the licensing update. Have any of the 10 active licensing talk advanced or closed? Even a term sheet would be significant. This give them a good runway, adds cash balance to their operation, and reduces the risk of bankruptcy. I know this is a small cap company. They always have the problem with the cash runway. So with 3.3 billion cash year end of 2024 plus 2 million note in 2026, how long does management say they can operate? So this piece is very much tied up to here. If we see either this licensing deal done, then we don't need to worry about cash runway. And also if we start seeing this 1 million, if this clocks 1 million, literally this will go from 20 cent. As of today, it is trading at 20 cent. It can easily go to 40 to 50 cents. So 100% increase if this is a one. French timeline. Another important catalyst is that reimbursement dossier progress. Any updates on their RIH and admissibility review from HCL and French agencies. So they already have some sort of commercialization in France. Let's see how they report on that. So 1st of April, there is an opportunity for us to make huge return. We need to look for their revenue. If this revenue, as I said, like cross 0.8, this stock will definitely move from 20 cent to 30 cent and so on. And if we get any licensing update, this will be huge as well. Let's look at their binary events that move the stock. So we discussed about France lung cancer reimbursement. That has a huge impact, but this we likely to hear in Q4 or Q3. So this is the first major human oncology commercial validation. Then also another high is feline lymphoma peer review publication. This is more 100% specificity and 80% detection rate in lymphoma study. Publication in the peer review journal triggers 5 million contractual milestone payment, significant for a 27 million market cap. So literally in 2026, they can get 5 million from this peer review publication. So again, if nothing happens to this stock, it stays hung around 20 cents with the market cap of 27 million. With the injection of 5 million coming in 2026, this will get double. Discussed in the last slide, they have the ongoing deal discussion with the global diagnostic leaders. So any of these discussion getting closed in 2026 is going to be huge. Did accept sepsis program readout. This includes a 5.3 million French government-backed interventional program for early sepsis detection. So again, huge. So overall, this company is started with a great product and they have huge TAM. They are on the verge of commercialization. They have a lot of licensing deal and studies to be published in 2026. So a ton of catalyst in 2026. At the same time, real revenue coming in. So I would definitely watch for VNRX. For me, I have already put, I think, $20 in it. That's 1,000 stocks at 22 cents. And if I see any of these news coming in, along with if we see any beats here, I will jump in. I will probably put like 5 grand and 10 grand on this one. And since it's a macro cap, I will not probably hold those 5 grand and 6 grand on it or 10 grand on it. I will probably like quick in and out with 10% profit. That would be my target. So yeah. Okay, so let's look at Pulsey. What's going on in the Pulsey? We're gonna go in the watch list. I want to add watch list and VNRX. What I'm looking for is license, France, deal. So we are setting up our alert for VNRX. If there is any news on VNRX that has license, France, deals related keyword, we'll get notified. Although I will be tracking this live on their earning 1st of April. So yeah, tune in to our channel, like, subscribe, comment, and if you have any further sites on VNRX, happy to look into it. So put it in the comment. Thank you everyone. We'll see you in the next one.